Hello and welcome. I'm really glad you could join me today. It's going to be an upper and body lower workout. So what we're going to be doing here is that we're going to be shifting our work between our lower and then our upper body. And again, no recovery in between each one. I'm just going to show you the 2 exercises. We're going to go through it 4 times, and that means 8 minutes of work. So don't underestimate how much work that was involved in that one. Core work as always. I'm going to use a max and we'll be getting on the floor. If you're staying with me for the first, you'll have 2. You'll have a weighted one and an unweighted one. If you're staying with me for the whole session, your next 2 are going to be weighted as well. And I'm picking up 5s, 3s and a 4. So if you get those by, put them by, because we'll be grabbing those in a minute. We're going to do a warm up first. Have a bottle of water, take it whenever you want to, and we'll be going with our warm up in 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to stand on one leg and get that push through. Good. I've opened out the fingers, so there's tension on my arms, and just get me that lift. Now I'm going to go into step leg curl. Step leg curl here. Good. Working those pecs, pushing those elbows back. Now I'm going to stop on the other side. Here, pushing it down. Lovely, good. So again, all my weight's on one leg, my core is pulled in, so I know my back stays nice and steady, and I push that down. Go 4, 3, 2, 1, step leg curl it. Now I'm going to bring that knee up to the front and turn. Through the waist, good work. Get me that turn. And I'm going to come up over the head, give me that little lift. I'm going to go into a step touch here, step touch, out and back. Now give me that lift and squeeze back down into the waist, using your lats. Back out to the front, and up. Lovely, good. I'm going to stay on one leg, pushing my hip into the, pushing my hip forward and pushing my heel into the floor. Just nice and loose with the arm. Lovely, good. I'm going to stop that arm, straighten off that front leg, going down over it, and coming up. Lovely, good. 2 more. 1 more. And good work. On the other side. Heel into the floor, hip just push forward, core pulled in. So just getting that looseness on that shoulder. Straighten off that front leg. And coming up. Good, but 2 more times. Feeling that stretch. And then coming back up. And 1 more. Good work. I'm going to walk it forward and back in. So a little walk forward. Get me that drop. So feel that work over the thighs. Did you get the drop? Now I'm going to change over legs. Just get the other leg to go forward. Good, 2 more. Up in your arms, up with the arms. Lifting through the calves, opening out the ankles, come back in the other way. Yeah, 4, 3. Just opening out the chest, and you can point that toe. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, good. Just give it a little shake out. Our first minute of work is going to be a pistol squat. So on a pistol squat, I'm going to hold that weight. Again, up to you whether you hold the weight or not. One leg out, like the pistol there, and then back up. So it's going to be down and up, and then I'm going to be getting on the floor, and we're going to be wide with the knees here. I'm going to have a weight, drop it down, give me that lift, tricep drop, then down and up. So it's a lot of back control, and then the tricep as well. And remember, both of those are going to be a minute. I'm going to repeat that 2 exercises 4 times through. Okay, so let's get onto that timer. It's going to beep us in from 5. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and I drop down and I push up. Good. So again, nice straight back as you push back. If you want that balance, you can just hit the knee, hit the heel each time as you go back. If you've got that balance, here we go. It's just out the whole time and back up. So remember, it's going to be one leg working through that whole minute for me before I get down the floor and change that work over to the arms. Glutes are going to help me on this second one as well. Good work, really working those glutes. Pushing back those hips. Last few seconds now, we're in single figures. Here we go, 5, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, I'm getting onto the floor. I'm just changing my weight down for 1 less kilogram. Under control. Come up. That tricep drop and lift. Push through your glutes. Lovely, good. So I can really get, because I've got end to end here, I can really get those weight down. Just hits me on the back of the shoulders there. Pushing up. Last few seconds now, we're in single figures before we start that pistol squat again. On the other leg, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. No recovery, we're coming straight up. Another leg goes out. So again, I can hit the floor if I want to with it. As I push my hips back, I just don't, I'm not going to put any weight on it because all my weight's gone back over that leg that's pushing me up and down. A little bit of balance here if you want to as well. Again, do not rush it. You've got a whole minute to fill on this. Good work. Lovely, just having that leg out. If you've got it there floating, you'll notice there's work to be done on the front of that out leg. Good work, we're coming down now into single figures. Here we are, 9. 3, 2, 1. I'm back down onto the floor. Knees are wide. I've got that drop and under control. Arms working for me nice and straight. Get me that drop. So choose a weight that you feel you can work all the way through on. Good work. This is taking me up halfway through this circuit, and I start on that leg that I started on the beginning. Those arms. Get to feel a little bit tired now. Again, as I say, don't underestimate that work. 3, 2, 1. Good work. I'm up. And I'm on that leg that I started with. Good. So again, check that that other knee is not falling in as you do your pistol squat. I'm sitting back on it so it won't travel forward. There won't be any stress in front of my knee on that standing up and pushing down leg. One that's getting me up and down. Lovely, good. So just drop. Balance as well. It's a good fitness training tool to use. Lovely, good. Drop. Remember, the stronger we are, the better often we'll be able to keep our balance and we'll stay, that's it, good. More comfortable about our moves on the floor. Good, dropping it down, push up. Good. Keeping that core pulled in all the time. Arms are long, so remember that longer lever, harder work. You're doing good. And up. 20 seconds left. I am squeezing my glutes up at the top here as well, just to get me up out of that seated position. And up. Are we ready for our last 2 minutes of work here on this first circuit? 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. We're into our last 2 minutes. My other leg goes out. I'm dropping on that leg. So again, I've changed over legs. This is the second leg I used out. I'm pushing my hips back over my heels. The weight's definitely on my heel on that standing leg. Good, drop it, lift it. Keep it out all the time. If I leave it just a little bit higher, work the front of thigh as well, my hip flexor, come into action on that front leg. Drop, push back, come back up. Three, 2, 1. Good work. Our last minute on the arms and core. Then that tricep lift. And remember, tricep lifts always involve that locking off of the elbow. To keep my arms nice and straight. And again, keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Do not have them lifted up around. I'm pulling my shoulders down with my shoulder blades pulling down on my lats. There we go. Lift. 25 seconds left. Good job, that's it. Keep that strength. 15 seconds. Up, squeeze. Use those arms. Three, 2, 1, and good work, well done. We are coming onto the floor, and remember this time it's just our own body weight. Keep your weights handy because you'll need them if you stay with me for the whole session, for those 4 circuits. Okay, we are lying on the floor now. My first one, I'm going to be using those glutes in a bridge position. So I'm here, I'm pushed up. So I'm holding that bridge position. Remember, nice and straight the whole time. My head up, and I'm going to squeeze over at the same time. So again, strength comes from keeping my bridge up nice and high, and then my oblique, getting that cross each time. And then I'm going to come over onto my front, into an incline here, touch my shoulder, touch my shoulder. Knees just slightly wider, do not let your hips go back, neither do let them sag down. You keep them nice and strong in the middle. Okay, are we ready? 8 minutes. Here we go. Give me that lift. Coming up and over. Good. Keep me that lift the whole time. Remember, nice and straight all the way through. Other hand behind your head. Try and rest your head in that hand. Then I get the squeeze from my left oblique to bring my right arm and shoulder up and over. Good. "15 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. Straight on over to your front. Remember, no recovery on this one. Down and in. Touch your shoulder. Touch your shoulder. Feel that your work does shift from side to side, depending on what arm you're using to keep you up there. Core pulled in though. A little bit like my bridge. This is the opposite, it's still in a straight line from my shoulder down to my knees now, nice and straight through. A little bit like my bridge, stayed up nice and straight. Lovely, good. Coming down now into single figures. Keep that strength. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Back into your bridge. Other leg, up, other elbow. Lovely, good. So up nice and high. Do not let yourself sag on one side. Keep it up. Glute and hamstring working for me. Then I've just added an oblique on that as well. Good. Keep that strength. Up. Keep checking your bridge. 20 seconds to go. Get me that squeeze. It's now my right oblique, bringing my left elbow and my shoulder up and over. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Still my core and my arms working here. Out with my knees. Drop down into your incline and keep that incline. Just touching one shoulder and the other. Do feel that your work shifts, it tightens up on one side and the other, but don't start rocking through that action with your hips. Keep it strong. Just touching that shoulder, touching that shoulder. This one's taking me halfway through. Just keep it nice and strong. Remember that zip and hollow on the whole time. Last little bit now. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Over onto your front again. Up with my bridge. And bringing it over and across. 4 more minutes of work. Make each second of each minute a good one. Lovely, good. Keep that zip and hollow on. Keeping that bridge up nice and high. Core definitely pulled in here. Three, 2, 1. 5th minute done. Doing good. Knees out, touch and touch. Keeping that plank nice and strong. Try not to let the bottom go out and push your weight over your knees. You want your weight over your arms because it's the upper body that we're working. My core helping me each time. Keep nice and straight in that incline. Just touching one shoulder than the other. Good work. Just getting that touch. Into single figures now. Ready for our last 2 minutes of work in this circuit, in this session if you're doing the shorter version. Good work, well done. You still have worked out very hard on this. Okay. Up, lift, and off we go. Then just keep that lift the whole time. Good, give me that squeeze. Up and across. Weights lifted the whole time, but I'm not extending my hips up. I've got control of my lower back with my zip and hollow being on at the front. Coming down now into single figures. Really use up those last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And good work. Are we ready for our last minute, you guys? Still done 2 lots of 8, 16 seconds with no recovery within those 8 minutes. So it's a good job done. Just touching those shoulders, touching the shoulders. Don't let the bottom go out. Keep strong through the upper half. Core definitely pulled in, and my belly button now, I can feel it being pulled in towards my spine. So it's up against gravity, so it's having to work there. Good, touch one shoulder, then the other. Last few seconds now. Keep it strong. Just touching that shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Lovely. This is where if you're doing the short versions, this is where you're leaving us. I'm glad you did it today. You can do your own little stretch out if you want to. If you're staying with me, we're staying on the mat. Okay, so goodbye for now for those people and the others just joining me now. So we're going to be staying on the floor, and I'm going to be using one of those, again, weights, but this time behind my knee. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to put a weight behind one knee. I'm also going to be using an arm on this as well. So I'm here, I'm getting that lift, I'm getting that lift. So again, lots about the core and getting that working each time. Okay, are we ready? We're going to do like a full minute of this, and then I'm going to come onto my back and we're going to do a bridge with an overarm lift. So again, we do a little bit of a combo on this one. Okay, are we ready? Here we're on already. Give me that leg lift. Remember, not dropping your lower back. When you get the elbow lift, it just comes up and out at the side. Good work. A little bit of arm leg combo on this one. Really keeping that strength through the core. Seconds left now before we get on our back and do that bridge. I'll be taking a set of 3s with me. Three, 2, 1, and good work, well done. Taking that from behind my leg, I'm coming back onto my back. Get yourself into a bridge position. Feet underneath your hips. Okay, give me that lift. Then the arms go over the head. They pull back down to the waist. I drop my bridge. Up with my bridge. Holding that bridge. Getting that pull over, that lat pull down. Up. Good, up. Not overextending my back on this one. Keeping it nice and straight. Three, 2, 1. Good work. Coming back over onto your front, just nice and quickly, getting that box position. Okay, here I go. Get me that leg lift, get me the arm lift. Core really having to work hard for me. That glute and hamstring on that lift, and then the back of the shoulder. Feel that your core is pulled in all the time now. You have got 10 seconds left. Really feel you're getting that lift, not dropping your lower back, hamstring and glute. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Pick up that other weight to make it a set. Onto your back, just nice and quickly, onto your bridge. And up, over, pull down, drop your bridge. Don't have your legs too far away, your feet too far away. If you can, keep them under, give me that squeeze. Almost feels like a hip flexor stretch out there, but I haven't overextended my hips to get it. Give me that pull back down and in, using those lats. Up, give me that squeeze. Really feeling it on those arms. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Let down one of those weights. Come around to my front. I'm back on that front one that I did at the beginning. And get me that leg lift. Good. Just alternates, one then the other. So you can really concentrate on what's happening on each and get me that lift out to the side. Here we go, 10 seconds to go now. Then we're on our backs with that set of weights. Really working that upper half to get that lat pull down. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Taking that weight out. Drop back onto your backs. Into my bridge. Pulling those arms back down to your waist. And up. Pushing through both of those glutes. Lift and hold. Feel confident in that lift. Good work. Are we ready for our last 2 minutes? One over on our front, one on our back. Core working for me all the time. Okay, so here we go. Get that leg lift for me without changing the angle of your lower back. It's all about that glute. Hamstring keeps that weight there. Glute gets the lift. Good, the arm-leg combo. Might find your heart rate comes up slightly when we're using them both together. Just requiring oxygen to my upper and my lower body. Single figures now. 1 more minute of work before we do our last circuit. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Coming back onto your lower back. There. And pushing up, squeeze, hold that bridge. Squeeze down those lats. Up, Elbows always slightly bent and then that squeeze down. Whilst I'm holding that bridge, I haven't extended my lower back, I've kept it strong. Three, two, one, and go work. Are we ready for our last circuit? Well done. We are lying on our back. I'm going with that 4 weight, and I'm going to be doing an inner thigh. Then I'm going to do the 3s for my pec squeeze. So my inner thigh, I think most of us know it, out with your arms here. Lower back has to be looked after the whole time. Glute to get it out, inner thigh to get it back in. And then I am going to be using my pec squeeze here on the upper half. And when my arms go out, you can do a reverse curl in. Okay, are we ready? Our last 8 minutes of work. Okay, we're going off in 5. Out to the side, drop, squeeze and come up. Now remember, there's lots of things going on here. I have to look after my lower back, and the other leg stays nice and steady, so my zip and hollow is on all the time. That minute of work, good, I've chosen to do it with that 8 pounds, 4 kilograms, using that inner thigh. Keep that zip and hollow on for me. Both shoulders on the floor, I'm just looking straight up at the ceiling. Good, squeeze up. Last little bit now. That inner thigh. Getting that nice shape to it. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. I'm grabbing my set of weights. Here, up, out, as they go out, I get that little reverse curl in. I'm holding them just off the floor so my pecs are working all the time. My shoulder blades stay on the floor, has to be done from the front. Lovely, good. I'm keeping control of the whole thing. I'm not lifting up my lower part of my leg to get my roll in. I'm keeping my knees closed so I know it's my long abs that are doing it for me. Three, two, one. Good work. Well done. On to the other side. Both shoulders on the floor, I've tipped. And again, glutes get it out, inner thigh to bring it back in. All the time, my back off the floor on one side. So really keep that zip and hollow on. You don't want your back to arch as your knee goes out. Looking straight up at the ceiling. You can rest your neck on this one. Yeah, squeeze it up each time. Three, two, one. Lovely. Ready for your pec fly? Reverse curl in. Here we go. This will take me halfway. Remember, this is your last 8 minutes of work. You're just about to complete your 4. those pecs for me. Three, two, one. Good work. Tipping over. Sorry, wrong leg. Here we go. Last 4 minutes of work. Really think about that sip and hollow being on. Lovely. Is your back straight? Right down that bottom, going into your spine going into your coccyx there. Don't want any arching going on, so really keep that sip and hollow on. And that leg can do what it's meant to be doing, and the other one can stay where it is. Three, two, one. Good work. 3 to go. Feel it on those pecs. Feel that squeeze in. Keep control of each one. You're doing really good. Less than 3 minutes of work now. Three, two, one, and well done. Last one of my inner thigh. Okay, out, drop, squeeze it back in. Remember, your back is off the floor. You want to keep this leg really steady. So I haven't rolled back onto my hip each time. Really keep it over. So you've got that twist through the body, so you have to look after it by keeping that sip and hollow on. Squeeze on that inner thigh. Lovely, work it right to the end. Get it right up to the top there, where it touches that, so that weight touches the other leg. That's there the whole time. That's my goal. 3, 2, 1. Good work, well done. Here we go, our last minute. Right through to the end if you can, strong. That's where that difference makes to our strength. Working right to the end if we can. Keep good form though, don't try and rush it. Three, two, one, and good work, well done. You come off that timer, that's it, good, and you are going to come off of that music and we're going to have a long stretch out. Hip flexors feel like they need it now, so what I'm doing is I'm pointing my toes down, I'm letting my back arch with my arms coming up over my head and just get that long, nice stretch through my abs here, but also through the hip flexors. That should feel really nice to get that stretch out. Okay, lovely. As I pull my abs in, the tops of my arms and the tops of my legs start to come off the floor, so I reach up with those arms and then I push them down. Push, taking your shoulders right down away from your ears, feel really long in the neck. You step up with one foot, you step up with the other, long leg in, and then just get me that hamstring stretch. So just hand behind the leg there. Good work. Those 8 minutes, say. It's easy to underestimate how quickly that will go, but there's a lot of repetitions in there. Okay, drop down, squeeze through, and give me that glute stretch. So cross over that leg, and remember to keep that ankle straight on that crossed over leg, otherwise you tend to lose it through your outside of your calf. I want it on your glutes. That's what really worked for us today. Okay, lovely. So I undo that. I've got my other leg up there already, so just slowly pull that hamstring in, or pull the leg in, shall I say, to get that hamstring stretch. Really feel it stretching off each time. Good, and then across, reach through for that thigh, keep the foot flexed, and get me that glute stretch, just keeping that knee out and open all the time. Lovely, good work. You can push that back leg against the front leg, whatever gets you to bring that crossed over leg nearer to you. Okay, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to come up, I'm going to look at that leg. Leg comes down, I come up, and I'm going to come over to my front. And I'm going to just do a little hurdle stretch here. Just stretching out the fronts of those thighs. And I'm going to just open out the chest and get that stretch out on those as well. From that last little bit, those pec flies for me. Okay, well done. Push it back. Forward. Sink down into it. And opening it out. Opening out that chest. Lovely, so come back on that. I'm going to do a downward dog, so I'm just going to come right back. Pushing my hips back and up. And getting that upper back stretch as well. Pushing your weight back over your heels. Good, walking that all the way back. So you're right back onto your heels, legs bent all straight, up to you, and then you can unroll, coming up. And lovely, good, just giving that little stretch around. Pushing that heel into the floor, up, tricep stretch out. You did that one for me where we lifted up, and you done that tricep lift. Again, 4 minutes of work. Okay, that's good, and then back the other leg, drop down to the floor, come forward on it, lift it up. And good work. And then again, enough room to get a little swoosh down, come up, reach up, and I'm going to do that again, down, up, reach up, come back into the centre, and then back down. Very well done. Okay, so if you manage to do all of those 8 minutes, those 4 lots of 8 minutes, not to be underestimated, it is really hard work doing that. So if you completed it, I'm really glad you did. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed teaching it to you, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye-bye for now.